Most of you probably know this area you're looking at as Charles River Park, Emerson Place, Longfellow Place, a high-rise development. Well, it used to be called the Old West End, and a lot of people used to live there, not in a high-rise development, but in regular homes. Homes that were bulldozed out of existence a few years back under Ed Logue and John Collins, under something called progress. Progress is still going on in Boston because Boston is a boom town. All you have to do is read the papers or listen to the developers, and you'll understand that more people want to build in Boston than almost any other major city in the country. And if you don't believe what you read or what you hear, then trust your eyesight. Walk around the Back Bay or parts of downtown, and you see buildings being turned into condominiums and empty lots being turned into skyscrapers. That's Boston, and that's progress. But it's also something else. It means a threat to the established order of how people live and where people want to live. It means a threat to the definition of Boston as we like to know it, a livable city. Now, there's no doubt that the skyline behind me, in places like Quincy Market, the development of the South Station area and the North Station area, are great and continued signs of progress in Boston. But somewhere along the line, we're going to have to come up with a definition of limited growth. Because you can't have whole neighborhoods being turned into condominiums. You can't have an entire lot of people being bulldozed out of the way in order to put skyscrapers up. When that happens, you're left with a society of the very rich and the very poor, and nothing in between. And that means that a city, any city, is on its last legs. What I was just speaking of earlier, the Old West End, there were a lot of interesting people who used to live there. There were a lot of interesting stories to come out of there. One of the neighborhoods of this city now threatened, as the Old West End was threatened, is the North End. And if the North End is ever allowed to be bulldozed under as the Old West End was, well, we won't call that progress. We'll call that an indictment of history.
I used to take pictures only